Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. Let's just jump right into it today because we're looking at one of the absolute most critical intersections of our modern lives. I'm talking about the collision between our built environment and the rapidly escalating global climate challenges we're facing. Think about the city or town you live in right now. How is it constructed? Is it actually designed to withstand the extreme weather patterns of the next century, or is it kind of just a fragile relic of the past? Today, we're going to explore how we can radically rethink our cities to not just survive, but absolutely thrive in the face of climate change.
To get us there, here is our roadmap for today. First, we're going to confront the global climate crisis. Second, we'll define our solution, green infrastructure. Third, we'll unpack the benefits of green infrastructure. And finally, we'll dive right into the laws and climate finance that actually turn these ideas into reality.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the global climate crisis. Because, well, to really understand the cure, we first have to fully understand the condition and the stark reality of human population pressure.
8.2 billion. Yeah, that staggering number is our current global population, and it comes with a predicted annual increase of 0.85%. And honestly, this isn't just some static number on a chart. It represents a massive compounding pressure on the planet's resources. With this explosive growth comes increased mass migration and rapid urbanization. I mean, more and more people are moving into concentrated city centers, demanding more housing, more resources, more energy. It's essentially setting the stage for a profound environmental crisis if we don't adapt our infrastructure to keep up.
And you know, this unmanaged pressure, it has real, direct results. We're seeing the devastating global impacts of climate change right now, from disastrous flooding wiping out communities to raging wildfires consuming entire landscapes. But these events don't just happen in a vacuum, right? They are deeply connected to dangerous human activities driven by our growing demands. We're talking about activities like Galamsey, which is illegal gold mining in places like Ghana and Nigeria, or the extensive cobalt mining happening in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Add to that illicit deforestation, massive plastic pollution in our oceans, the destruction of water bodies, and our heavy reliance on linear production systems. All of this feeds directly into the severe heat waves, destructive hurricanes, and wild weather shifts we're witnessing globally.
Moving right along to Section 2, defining green infrastructure. While those challenges are immense, the solutions are actually equally powerful. Let's look at exactly what this is and how it functions as our way out of this mess.
So, the absolutely crucial point here is understanding this definition. Green infrastructure is defined as systems that protect and restore naturally functioning ecosystems to provide an outline for future urban development. Basically, it's not just about planting a few trees along a sidewalk or hoping a single potted plant on your balcony is going to save the world. We're talking about comprehensive, entire systems. It is an integrated strategy where we design our cities to literally mimic and work alongside nature rather than just paving over it.
This whole integrated system breaks down into three distinct layers. First up, we've got blue infrastructure. This refers to our water bodies. We're talking surface water like lakes, rivers, canals, and ponds, plus underground water like aquifers. Then, the middle layer is green infrastructure. This is your vegetation, your trees, green roofs, green facades, parks, urban forests, bioretention cells, and swales. And finally, at the bottom, we have gray infrastructure. This is what we traditionally think of when we hear the word infrastructure. Sewage treatment plants, pipeline networks, stormwater channels, road networks, standard buildings. The real magic of climate-resilient cities happens when we intentionally design these three layers to interact and support one another seamlessly.
All right, Section 3, benefits of green infrastructure. Now that we know what it is, why should a city actually invest the time and capital to build it? Let's explore why these integrated systems are absolute powerhouses for modern urban centers. Well, usually when people hear the word green, they immediately just think of environmental benefits. And sure, we get massive natural perks, like mitigating that stifling urban heat island effect, conserving biodiversity, protecting against soil erosion, and drastically improving our air and water quality. But wait, look at the economic reality here too. Green infrastructure is a massive financial engine. It actively increases local property values, creates vast new job opportunities in construction and maintenance, and it even boosts tourism revenue by making cities way more beautiful and livable. So it's not just about saving the environment, it's literally about building a robust, sustainable economy.
And honestly, the benefits bleed right into our daily lives and safety too. By utilizing these systems, we get active disaster prevention. They act as a physical buffer against severe storms, forest fires, and landslides. We are fundamentally strengthening overall ecosystem resilience. From a socio-political standpoint, green infrastructure increases access to amenities for everyday people, which totally elevates our quality of life.
And beautifully, it even aids in cultural and heritage preservation, ensuring that the historical landscapes of our communities actually survive the changing climate.
Which brings us to Section 4, Laws and Climate Finance. Because this all sounds incredible, right? But how do we actually pull this off? Let's bring this back to reality by looking at how we financially and legally construct these futuristic green cities.
To build this stuff, we really have to look at the sheer scale of the money moving around the globe to fund these initiatives. We're talking billions of US dollars in South-South climate finance flowing between regions. We see massive funds originating from regions like Latin America and the Caribbean, East Asia and the Pacific, and the Middle East, and they're flowing right toward recipients in Sub-Saharan Africa, South Asia, and Central Asia. Building green infrastructure requires immense capital, and understanding these global financial pipelines is absolutely critical. It shows us that the money actually exists and is actively moving to support climate resilience in the developing world.
But hey, money alone isn't going to cut it. You absolutely need the legal frameworks to force the transition. Using Ghana as a prime example from our source material, we can see the deep legal architecture required. And look, this isn't just boring paperwork, these are the essential blueprints for change. It starts at the very top, with the 1992 Constitution, specifically Article 36(9), which literally mandates environmental protection. Then you have specific enforcers, like the Environmental Protection Agency Act of 1994, the Public Financial Management Act of 2016 to actually track those funds we just talked about, the Land Use and Spatial Planning Act of 2016 to dictate exactly where and how we build, and the Renewable Energy Act of 2011. Without this rigid legal backbone, green infrastructure just remains a nice idea instead of a mandated reality.
So, we've seen the crisis driven by billions of people and our heavy industrial footprint. We've seen the elegant solution of blending blue, green, and gray infrastructure together. We understand the massive economic and environmental benefits, and we've mapped out the financial and legal frameworks necessary to actually make it happen. Which leaves us with one final, absolutely crucial question for you to chew on the next time you walk outside. Is your city built for the past, or is it planted for the future? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope it gave you a fresh perspective on the world outside your window. Keep learning, and I'll see you next time.